Good morning. Today I'm going to talk about my assignment about I have two artifacts over here. First artifact I have done Python and data visualization, and second artifact is about p5.js. So the first artifact is about the Happiness Resort 2021 dataset I have downloaded from Kaggle. Over here, first of all, this is my code, as this is also the inspiration from Sir. While he was teaching, I took the code and added some of my code based on my research. So most of the code is a reference from the Sir itself. So the first one is the Panda library. You will install the Panda library to filter 143 countries. Second of all, you will download import file code. You'll give an import file code to upload the file. So over here, after typing this code, you will see this World Happiness Resort 2021 CSV. You will have a choose file option button. You click on it, you search the file from the desktop, and then you will see the name here, World Happiness Resort 2021. Now over here I have this data. I have filtered 8 columns and 143 rows specifically. Well, this collects all of this in the columns. These are the things I'm gonna making my graph on. And over here, these are the filter and the clean and professional rows. And the first chart is the bubble chart. First of all, I have done bubble chart as easy to understand, and it has all these scattered bubbles around the chart, and it shows from the lowest to the highest or the highest to the lowest. In the x-axis, I have log GDP per capita, and y I have ladder score. Over here, these colors indicate the countries on this chart, and then the country name and relationship. Basically, this is a title: relationship GDP versus happiness score. I have compared these two in this graph chart using bubble chart. My second graph is the violin plot. Basically, it shows the trend line on the chart where there's going from the highest to the lowest. The heading over here is regional happiness level, same as the first one. This color represents the countries on the chart, and over here, as the above chart, over here also the x-axis is the regional indicator, and the y-axis is the ladder score. The third chart is about the area chart. The area chart is like a kind of a fat part of the violin. Area chart is like a global gap. The fat part of the violin shows where the most countries cluster happen in the second chart over here, as I was saying that this is like a violin on the chart, and also it shows in like in a trend line. Sorry for the interruption, but the third chart is like it's like a global gap, or you can say a global gap between the charts. Over here, a rank line chart with the area underneath filled in. So you see these countries basically doesn't have any gap in the middle, as it's like from the high and then low, and then it goes up. So in this chart, it also represents these countries. These countries are color coded over here, and same as the first two charts. The first one is x-axis is the country name, and y-axis is the ladder score, and the comparison is the climb of global happiness, how the happiness level increased in each country. The last chart is my polar bar chart. Over here I have used a circular bar chart that has all the top 15 countries of the happiness score, and then the coordinates make the best performance stand out. It demonstrates higher technical skills in Python than a standard flat chart. So over here you have all the ladder scores and the color indicating the most happiness level of in each country. Like for example, New Zealand, you have ladder score 7.27, and country name is New Zealand, so it's measured like this, and you see this line, it shows the level of happiness in each country, and these are the levels, how much happy they're in each country and each year. This is my first artifact. I have used Kaggle as my reference, and the sir who was teaching in the class, most of the code are from there. And now for my artifact 2, I have done p5.js. This is my code for p5.js. Over here I have done node logic. Basically, I have installed node logic. Over here you see this is the code that is running. I already run the code and showed. Let me explain what is this. So it's an interactive artwork. Over here it's like the curved lines are connecting from the dots, and when I move the cursor near the screen, the line thins and then it disappears. So as I move, the shapes or the curved lines are connected to these dots. You can see these dots around on the screen, the white and red dots. So it basically connects that. And over here is the code, is the node logic here. First, each small dot in an object containing its own position, velocity, and energy. So it has its own position over here. And over now, and for the next one is the curves that I mentioned before, that the mouse with the connections, that the lines connect to the dots over here, and the shape is like a curved line. And next logic gate we have this states the recharging this energy is when it comes near, so the +2 energy, like the speed is like +2, it runs in the speed of 2 over here. And the snap is as you go down, text talks about the visual result to the internal logic. So what is the internal logic state here? Over here, the alpha map, this energy, it tells about how fast these curved lines appear and disappear. So these are the measurement here, and the stroke weight of the lines, that how thick the lines are or how thin the lines are, like this. And last is about this over here, the node moves on their own using vector. So over here I have mentioned above. So this is my artifact 2 p5.js. It's an interactive artwork. The name over here, it's night vacuum. So it like is basically logic is like on the space when you see the lines orbiting around the uh, earth. It's something like that. It's the reference of that. It's not exactly what I'm trying to say here, but it's mostly like that. When the planets orbit around the sun, it goes like in a circle. So you can see when you go in the center, when you touch the mouse on the cursor on the screen, the lines open, the curves open, and then it disappears, connecting the dots. So this is my artifact 2, and these are my artifacts for this assignment.